Lately, I've been watching the 1990 Flash series, and I like it more than I thought I would, but one thing takes me right out of the series almost every episode. I don't read a lot of Flash comics, so I don't know if this is a thing in the comics, but in this show, when Barry uses his powers in excess, it drops his blood sugar, and he needs to eat something to bring it back up. As a type 1 diabetic, I appreciate this. But on the other hand, where is all this going? Barry's not that big a guy, but look at his eating habits. In one episode, he eats a bowl of cornflakes that looks about 5 times bigger than what a normal human could put away. In one episode, he orders a dozen huge pretzels. This isn't just in this show. The Justice League cartoon of my youth, this looks like 10 plates, plus 2 burgers he hasn't eaten yet. He can run fast, but does his sphincter operate at super speed as well? Is he spending the same amount of time on the toilet as you and I, but he's depositing 6, 10, 15 times as much product as us mere mortals? And before any of you say his super speed has increased his metabolism, so it breaks down these foods a lot quicker than if I tried to eat this much, wouldn't that then negate the whole point of eating more food if his super speed is going into overdrive to cancel out all the food? I like the idea of a speedster needing more carbs to keep themselves going. That makes sense. But also, you have to consider power creep. Barry is fast enough to be able to travel backward and forwards in time, but his average enemies are a talking gorilla and a guy with a cold gun. These folks shouldn't be able to pose that much of a problem for someone this fast, which is why it's a good idea to impose limits on your characters. We all laugh at the idea of Green Lanterns not being able to use their powers on anything yellow, but if that wasn't there, I bet you wouldn't feel very invested in those old Green Lantern stories, because you know he can do anything. But if that school bus accidentally runs off the cliff, GL is going to have to think outside the box. Limiting your characters can and should be a good thing. Barry can run somewhere around 300 miles an hour, but if he does, it will backfire on him. Captain Cold planted a dozen bombs somewhere in the city. Sure, Barry could search the city, but will he pass out before he can finish the job? I like the idea of putting some limits on someone so powerful. I just don't like thinking about the Flash eating so much fiber it would kill a dozen normal men. If it were me, Flash wouldn't be carbing up with solid foods. In the 1990 series, he has a super foxy scientist friend who is studying his powers and even built the suit for him. I doubt I'd be sitting here making this video about the Flash's digestion problems if Tina invented some kind of super high energy Gatorade. Yes, if you drank about 5 of those, your stomach would still hurt, but you'll pass liquids a lot faster. A lot faster than you'll pass solids. I don't mind Barry eating like a grown adult when he's just being Barry, but when it's Flash time and he's in danger of passing out, maybe an energy drink would be a more sensible choice.